On this video we're taking a look at our NBA parlay for the games that are happening on Sunday, April 10, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our first parlay pick is Memphis Grizzlies vs Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics to cover. And here is why. The Boston Celtics are averaging 111.2 points on 46.4% shooting and allowing 104.3 points on 43.4% shooting. Jason Tatum is averaging 27 points and 8 rebounds, while Jaylen Brown is averaging 23.7 points and 3.4 assists. Marcus Smart is the third double-digit scorer, and Al Horford is grabbing 7.7 rebounds. The Boston Celtics are shooting 35.4% from beyond the arc and 81.7% from the free throw line. The Boston Celtics are allowing 33.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 46 rebounds per game. The Celtics had their 3-game winning streak snapped by the Bucks in their last game. They will try to bounce back from the loss with a win over the Grizzlies, which will give them their 4th win in their last 5 games and move them to 2nd place in the Eastern Conference standings. The Celtics have won 3 of their last 4 games and 6 of their last 8 road games. They usually play well offensively, but they have been on a roll in recent games, scoring more than 125 points per game, while making 53% of their shots and 47% of their three-pointers in their last 3 games. They are very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more extra scoring opportunities. They also did a good job protecting the ball in their last 3 games and won't give the Grizzlies a lot of easy scoring opportunities. Even though the Grizzlies played well defensively this season, they struggled in their last 3 games, giving up more than 115 points per game. They are also playing on consecutive nights and will be dealing with fatigue, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Celtics. Memphis has also played well offensively, even without leading scorer Ja Morant, who is questionable for this game. They scored more than 115 points per game in their last 3 games, making 44% of their shots. They lead the league in offensive rebounding, which will help them keep up with the Celtics offensively. Even though they don't turn the ball over a lot, they are facing a Boston team that averaged more than 8 steals per game in their last 3 games, which will be a problem for them. The Celtics lead the league in defensive efficiency and continue to play well despite the injury to Robert Williams III, giving up less than 108 points per game in their last 3 games and won't have trouble slowing down the Grizzlies, so go with BOST9 on to cover the spread. Our second parlay pick is New York Knicks vs Toronto Raptors. Toronto Raptors -5. And here is why. The Toronto Raptors are averaging 109.3 points on 44.5% shooting and allowing 106.9 points on 46.1% shooting. Pascal Siakam is averaging 22.4 points and 5.2 assists, while Fred VanVleet is averaging 20.4 points and 4.5 rebounds. Gary Trent Jr. is the third double-digit scorer and Aga Anunoby is grabbing 5.4 rebounds. The Toronto Raptors are shooting 35.1% from beyond the arc and 75.6% from the free throw line. The Toronto Raptors are allowing 35.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45.3 rebounds per game. The Raptors are playing very well at the moment and come into this game on a 3-game winning streak. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Knicks, which will give them their 9th win in their last 10 games. The Knicks bounced back from their loss to Brooklyn with a win over the Wizards in their last game. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Raptors, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 4 games. The New York Knicks are averaging 106.5 points on 43.7% shooting and allowing 106.9 points on 44.8% shooting. Julius Randle is averaging 20.1 points and 9.9 rebounds, while RJ Barrett is averaging 20.1 points and 2.9 assists. Evan Fournier is the third double-digit scorer and Derrick Rose is grabbing 3 rebounds. The New York Knicks are shooting 35.7% from beyond the arc and 74.6% from the free throw line. The New York Knicks are allowing 34.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 46.2 rebounds per game. Even though they're locked into the 5th seed, there are reports that the Toronto Raptors will play the bulk of their roster in this game. The New York Knicks continue to compete and are capable of good showings, but they're also no stranger to letdowns, and there should be a lack of motivation here with it being the last game of the season. The Knicks are also 15-25 against the spread at home. The Raptors have been money-making machines over the last month. I lay the chalk. Our third parlay pick is Houston Rockets vs Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks to cover. And here is why. The Atlanta Hawks have been in great shape as they've won 6 of their last 8 games, but they will be looking to bounce back in this spot after coming up just short to the Heat in a 113-109 road loss on Friday. Trae Young led the team with 35 points and 8 assists. Bogdan Bogdanovic added 25 points off the bench, while Clint Capella chipped in with 17 points and 14 rebounds on 8 of 11 shooting. As a team, the Hawks shot 47% from the field and 8 of 34 from the three-point line as they exploded for 39 points in the second quarter to lead for most of the first half, but they couldn't find their offense when they needed it most as they scored just 2 points in the final 3:14 to allow the Heat to slip away in the end. The Atlanta Hawks won 6 of the last 8 games, but they couldn't beat the Miami Heat on the road. Miami was quite accurate from the field, 55.6%, and although Atlanta was better in rebounds, 43-33, the Heat's players were calmer in the dying moments and secured a 113-109 victory. The Hawks failed to cover a plus 1.5 spread, only the second time in 8 games they didn't cover to drop to a 36-45 ATS record. Atlanta is hoping to get a win here and finish in 8th place in the East if Cleveland loses to Milwaukee. Getting the number 8 seed would mean an easier way to the playoffs, as the Hawks could enter the playoffs with just 1 win in the play-in. I am sure they will give their maximum in Houston, and the win shouldn't be under any question here. The Rockets are thinking about the next season for quite some time now. They are not interested in winning this game, and although they will surely try to give their home fans something to cheer for in the final game of the season, the loss is inevitable. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.